Hi, and welcome.
I'm Z,
And I'm Keith.
and we're going to tell you about the movie that we just watched. But first, a little bit of a heads up.
Some of the movies we watch deal with heavy subject matters.
In order to talk about these emotionally delicate things and the heavy subject matters that we sometimes cover, we add humor and crude language to add some levity and to process our own trauma.
If that doesn't feel fun or safe for you, we completely understand. Please take care of yourself first and foremost.
And we spoil the end of pretty much every movie that we watch.
Now you know. On with the show.
Not even one sound.
That's so disappointing. I mean, I don't think it was very loud, but
Yeah.
censored. Cancel culture. Woke.
The woke mob is out to get.
The woke mic virus.
Oh, God. I think the only thing worse than people saying woke in a derogatory way is when they say it like non-sarcastically in like a positive way. I'm like, just stop saying that. Just stop saying that phrase.
No.
Please stop saying.
Yeah.
Please. It's embarrassing enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, white people are still saying the bomb. So,
Are they really?
well,
Oh yeah, and
I guess. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and for shizzle and
Oh, God. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Just don't.
or shizzle. Remember Fleek? When things were on
Yes,
Fleek?
on fleek.
Yeah.
No cap. As the kids say. Back in my day.
For real, for real.
Skibbity.
Oh, shut up. I'm gonna throw this iPad across the fucking room.
I dare you.
um okay, yeah, we watched Killer Clowns from outer space. From out of space. No, from outer space.
Ah!
What?
Oh no.
Cursed.
Oh,
It's a
God.
Killer Clowns curse.
How did it live up to you, Randall?
So I may have overhyped it a little.
No.
I don't feel that
Incorrect. Incorrect.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was weird because I definitely was a little disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, I mean, I guess it's more of a B movie than I remember it being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, this is definitely like the acting is not good.
Yeah.
And I knew it wasn't good. Like even as a kid, I knew
Yeah.
that Mike Tobacco, the cop, his acting to me as a kid seemed really bad. Like he's
Yeah.
really trying, but it's still really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like there's some, the dialogue's not great, and but at the same time, there are some lines that are delivered really well. Like anytime, oh God, what is the other hero's name? The current boyfriend.
Yeah, I thought the cop was Dave. I thought.
No, wait.
Or is that Dave?
I was
Oh,
gonna say, I
hell.
think that one's Dave. Hodo.
No, you're right. Yes. I'm sorry. Mike is the boyfriend, Dave is the cop.
Oh, okay.
But there are some lines that Dave uh, gave that I thought were good, like when or when that Mike gave. Jesus Christ.
There's no coming back.
When Dave lets him, takes him out of the cuffs, because when Dave realizes that they're telling the truth, and he uncuffs Mike, and they start talking about the glasses, and I can't remember that character's name, but
Hmm.
when he tells Dave, oh, he's dead, he's gone, he's dead. Like I liked that delivery. And when they crash the cop car slash not crash the
Yeah,
cop
yeah, yeah.
car into the wall
Yeah.
after still one of my favorite sequences with the shadow puppets. I do really
Yes.
like that scene.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
always creeped me out as a
It's
kid.
so good.
Uh,
It's also hilarious.
Yeah.
yes, especially that the clown knew about George Washington crossing the Delaware.
That's an excellent point.
Um, but again, Mike hangs his head out the window. He's like, he just went straight up or something like that. And I don't know. I thought the delivery was good.
I don't know. I don't see him anywhere.
He's gone. He went straight up.
I love that crash. When like, cause I don't know which one's the cop again, Mike or
Dave.
Dave? I don't know, Dave. He just like very clearly, it looks like he's just throwing himself. Like it's very
Mhm.
clearly
Oh
fake,
yeah,
and I was like, I love it. I
Some
loved it.
original series
Yeah.
on the bridge.
Yeah.
Star Trek
Ah.
actions. Yeah.
yeah. But uh, I still enjoy Officer Mooney.
Oh, my favorite
Uh,
part.
yeah, still the ventriloquist bit is still
Oh yeah, that was some sick shit.
I'm so
yeah that
embarrassed that the trivia, IMDb trivia, had to connect for me that even though the line is delivered so hard when he's like, "You're not going to make a dummy out of me."
oh yeah no total foreshadowing there. Um,
Couldn't
but
believe I didn't catch it.
But no, I love how dark that scene is, and
Yeah.
I the concept was cool, and like again, like overall, like the concept of the movie is really
The clown
cool.
pulls his hand out.
Yeah, and it not only does he pull it out, it goes like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
makes the and he just shoves them off his lap and then shakes the hand off, and
It's pretty
you
brilliant.
know,
Yeah. I liked that the blood coming out of his mouth
Yeah,
made
yeah,
it look like the drawing of the dummy mouth or whatever. And I
yeah,
was like,
like the
oh man, that kind of
yeah,
like little tiny detail like that. I'm like, I love this
yeah,
shit.
no, the artistic choices, like you know, the again, like I think most of the money for the movie went towards like pre-production or
Yeah.
like the concept again, like the fact that the spaceship when it's landed looks like a tent, looks like a circus tent, and like the stake lines, are actually like power conduits or like landing
Yeah.
gear or something.
yeah.
And when it takes off, it's like a spinning top kind of
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
And even the interior of the you can tell when they run out of money at the end because like there's like no sets.
Yeah.
Um, but what interior you do see of the spaceship, like the little sort of nose buttons for the door and the
Yeah.
Yeah.
the matte painting of the reactor core.
Yeah.
The
With the little Tesla ball or whatever.
Yeah, and I still love the concept of the cotton candy cocoons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
I especially liked it when they got to the Jeep that was the whole
Yeah. And it was like,
it
it
was
was
like
just
the
all
like,
inside.
yeah.
yeah. Uh,
Apparently they got that Jeep from a car dealership. And it was just like a loan. I don't know, maybe they
Oh
did
no.
a down payment of some sort or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And they were told, I don't know who told whom, but according to trivia, that if you just sprayed the interior of the car with Pam cooking spray, then none of the
That
fake
would,
cotton candy would stick or damage
oh
anything. But of
no.
course, that wasn't true.
Yeah. That was,
Oh.
So they had to spend $3,000 to get the car re-detailed and fixed before they
Oh
could even
no.
return it.
oh my God. That's horrible. Oh my God.
Another another thing that I never noticed before is like the first time that Mike and Debbie are in the cocoon room and Mike looks over, he's like, "Oh, that's Joe Lombardo or whatever."
Yes.
And you see like the face, later on there's a sequence where there's a guy driving a car
Yeah.
and there's the clown that's like in a fake car and he
Invisible.
runs him off the road
Yeah.
and it's obviously the same guy and he's talking to himself. He's like, "Come on, Joe." It's like so
Oh, yeah, he does say that. Yeah,
but
that was
it's
originally going to be the opening sequence. The opening
was
scene
it
was
okay? Because
that.
I mean, I didn't go to look, but it definitely looked like the same guy to me.
I never recognized anybody when they peeled the cotton candy
Yeah,
away. I'm like, I don't
but
know who this is supposed to be, but
with that one, it was weird because like that one, they didn't peel they didn't have like the bloody face. Like his face
okay.
was just kind of like
Oh, okay.
framed, like in the drugstore when you see like
Oh,
the
yeah.
girls like just like their shoes sticking
Yeah,
out.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Oh,
It I liked the other thing that I really liked that I kind of briefly vaguely alluded to in the lobby was like the not really, but the whole ancient aliens thing. There's
yes.
almost a throwaway line
Yes.
about ancient aliens, and I liked that concept.
Shit, Dave. Maybe they're the ancient astronauts, that came to our planet centuries ago? And our idea of clowns just comes from them. How come they're not funny?
But like the cotton or the popcorn is actually like little
Yeah.
basically larva. And it turns into weird Jack in the Box kind of.
Yeah, they brought me back with that one because when they
Yeah.
fired the gun and it was like popcorn, I was like, that is so stupid and like not scary at all.
Uh-huh.
And then they're like they just have popcorn all over them. I'm like, okay,
When she
what
gets
the
in the
fuck?
shower
And
and the
then
one's
and it starts
like
moving, and I was like,
across the floor.
things are. I was like, okay. You brought me back. You brought me back.
Yeah. And like there's like this kind of silly stuff like the little girl playing peekaboo with the clown outside the burger joint. It's like, scared of clowns or not, that clown looks like it's on meth or something. It's not exactly a normal looking clown.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell, even if I loved clowns, I would be like, even at that age, I'd be like, maybe I shouldn't be playing peekaboo with like the weird.
Hey, well, it's different times, man.
Yeah, different times. Or like the lady that answers the door with like the giant scary clown that gives her the box of chocolates.
Yeah.
And she's just like, "Oh, Frank,
everybody in that look, the pizza, the stack of pizzas.
Hey, I made sure to pay attention. The scene with the pizzas, you can totally see that chick's nipples through her nightie.
Yes.
I did say nipples when I said.
So I stand corrected. There is sort of nipple in the movie.
Could you also tell that when Debbie's getting undressed for the shower, you can clearly see that she's just tucking her shirt in to itself?
She just like pulls it up and very clearly like tucks it and I'm like, that was not. They did not cut that well at all because she just like. I think they're like trying to imply that she takes her shirt off, but she just like lifts it up, and then it very clearly tucks it into her bra so it doesn't come back down. And I'm like, I've done that before, so I know what that looks like.
Meanwhile, I was just like, oh, nice abs. But what else? Have pacing issues, I thought. I thought there were a couple areas where I'm just like, man, the pacing of this is kind of. But I mean, again, these guys were doing what they could. Let's see. The pies with the security guard at the amusement park. That was always one of my favorite bits, like the acid pies.
Yeah.
But then, like the one Torelli brother, like dips his finger in it, and it's like his finger's not melting or anything.
Right.
So,
well, after it's processed,
maybe that's what it is. There you go.
Changes. The Kyoto brothers wanted that security card to be Soupy Sales.
Oh.
And the studio was like, nobody knows who the fuck that is. No, but...
like anybody knew who Royal Dano was.
Right.
The
old man
country
in the
bumpkin.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he and what's his name, Vernon, who played Mooney.
Yeah.
Were both in the Outlaw Josie Wales.
Yeah. But yeah, I think also in the lobby I'd mentioned I couldn't remember if there's anything that would age poorly. And like right off the bat, there's a fat joke, there's a native joke, and an intersex joke. And then Mooney, I mean, although Mooney is supposed to be like an asshole,
right?
He basically sort of vaguely calls Dave a gay.
Oh, did he?
Well,
Yeah.
he asks Dave if he'd got a thing for these little boys or something
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, right.
Or do you like
Yeah.
these little boys, like the college kids that
Yeah,
he's
yeah, right.
arrested?
Yeah.
The goth and the
Yeah. But yeah, the joke where the two girls come out from the back of the ice
Yeah,
cream truck
right,
and
right.
you said we could
Yeah.
have all the ice cream we could eat. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, Jesus.
I know.
But I mean, that's pretty par for the course, though, for the time period.
Yeah.
Not to defend
Oh,
it, but it's
no.
Oh, yeah.
Could have been way worse.
yeah,
Right.
and
There was no Asian jokes, which I feel like is like
Shocking. Shocking.
standard
I
for
don't.
80s.
And hey, again, for all the people that don't have access to the lobby, there was a question about whether or not there were any black people in the movie. There are two.
Oh, okay.
So
I just
there,
remember the one in the biker gang.
right? There's another biker that's in the background that doesn't have any dialogue.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
But like once that scene,
Representation.
once that scene started, I was like, oh shit, does the only black guy in the movie, get his head knocked off?
Right.
I couldn't remember who got their head
I think
knocked
you mean
off,
his
but
block knocked off.
his block knocked off. But it's
That was great.
the
That was
other
great.
guy.
I gotta say, I thought all the clown based gags were done really well. Like
Yeah.
it's a thing that would easily get old quickly.
Yeah.
But I felt like
Yeah.
I was shocked that I was never annoyed by it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when Debbie goes to jump out the window and they're there with the trampoline.
with the fire hat, with the firefighter hats on.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was great. And
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 the popcorn
genuinely
guns. And,
scary. I feel like that shit was I'm like, man, this would have fucking terrified as a kid. I
right.
mean, PTSD from a young
Right.
age, but like having your exits like be a no-go, like her trying to jump out the window and they're there waiting for her.
oh god,
I would have been
yeah.
I would have been mortified.
No,
Like
absolutely.
a kid, I would have been like, oh my God, this is
Yeah.
I would have had nightmares from that. So like, I mean, not to over dramatize, but like I'm like, yeah, no, that's it's a panicky thing, like to be like, oh I'm gonna just crawl out the window and they're waiting for you. I'm like, that's genuine. That scene, I was genuinely like, oh my God, I
fuck.
actually am freaked out, but like in a good way. Like I was like, yeah, this is, and I feel like with how like kind of comical the clowns are,
Mhm.
to be able to make you have that like panic even for just like a moment, I'm like, that's really
Yeah.
good because it's very clear that they don't take themselves too seriously with everything that's going on in the movie,
Mhm.
which I always really appreciate. When it's like,
Yeah.
it's not trying to make everything humorous, but it's like, that it's not taking itself so seriously that but it's able to make you like be like, oh, that's give you a jump scare or make you panic a little bit. I was actually pretty impressed by it.
Yeah.
And especially in that regard, like I was like the fact that that was I think what I was most worried about was like because I knew that the clowns were like co- comically unreal. They were like big and had like
They're kind of monstrous.
Yeah.
Like sharp teeth and like
So
really, yeah.
I was like, am I gonna take it as serious when I feel like it's real? Like I know that it's fake. I can tell that it's fake. I don't think that they're real people or
Mhm.
whatever. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm not gonna. But so the fact that it
and the
was able
fucking
to
nose
make me
being the
laugh,
vulnerability.
yeah.
Genius.
that was good. That
and not
genuinely,
not
yeah,
overused. Like
correct.
you get the reveal, and happens pretty late, and then
And I'm gonna say this. I mean, I feel it. I think Keith will agree with me on this one. But anytime there is a late in a film, unexplained explosion out of nowhere,
oh, absolutely,
always gonna be like
yeah. When the
top
ice cream
tier.
truck
That shit
exploded, we both
just
cheered.
we were like over the moon about that. Like anything, Chud did that.
Yep.
When it just like
Same kind of truck too.
it hits
I mean,
it hits us.
I mean, the giant clown did toss the
Yes,
ice cream
That's true.
truck, which of course the brothers hid in the freezer, which
as
totally-
we know,
Makes
we
total
know-
sense.
but then
you
somehow
can
they
survive
ended up
a nuclear blast if you're inside of a fridge. So,
yeah, but a lead lined
Oh, yeah.
fridge.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
But
Do LEDs count? No, I'm just kidding.
The
No.
how they all ended up inside the clown car, I don't know, but I mean,
Right.
I think I did read that Dave was supposed to die. I think in the end originally,
Yes.
Oh, I think yeah.
He was.
but I always liked the last scene in the movie, like when they get hit with the pies, when they're like, "Is it over? Yeah, it's over." And then it's like,
And they all burn to death. No, because it's
but
acid pies.
I know that both uh, Mike and Debbie, the same actors, reprised their roles in the video game that I was talking
Oh.
about.
Oh, nice.
And I know that at least the guy that played Mike is listed, the only cast member listed in the sequel that's apparently being worked on.
I watched a little bit of a Q&A from, I think,
Ooh,
2011.
that's cool. Or maybe not.
It was fine. I didn't watch much of it because the questions were pretty boring. But
Oh,
it had the three of the brothers. It had Suzanne Snyder and Mike, whatever his name is. And then I think like two other guys that worked on the Clowns. Somebody was like, "You ever think about doing a sequel?"
yeah.
And they're like, constantly. We've been thinking about doing a sequel since 1980. But I like that one of them was like, "Oh fuck! If that happens every time one of us says clowns, we're in bad shape." He was like, "Yeah, we got 25 years of clown ideas," and I just thought that was a very funny
Yeah.
way of describing.
I didn't read all of the trivia, but one trivia thing, like the part where the car like goes over
Yeah.
the bridge, it was supposed to like actually like careen over the fucking bridge, but it like there was like a it
Yeah,
they
somebody didn't
forgot to
undo the
yeah.
It just goes
strap or
over and then
whatever.
straight down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it basically, they didn't take the stoppers. They didn't take the
Right.
stoppers off the car or something
Oh,
like that. So it just like crashed like that, but it was like they didn't have they couldn't redo it. So they had to just leave it like that. I love that it's just like it shows that and it's like so underwhelming
Yeah.
and then it shows the clown and then it goes back and there's just a little fire.
yeah. There's just like a little spot of fire on the underneath of the car.
I love
It's
it.
like,
My favorite thing in the world
Post-production.
is cars exploding because like
Absolutely.
it's so unlikely. Like, cause as a
Yeah.
kid, like
Unless it's a
that was like
Tesla.
a genuine fear. Like you were
yeah, it made
genuinely
sense.
afraid of that
Well, I mean,
because
if you ever
every
owned a
fucking
Pinto, it was a
movie.
real fear. And we did,
Oh shit.
Oh no!
and some asshole stole it.
Well,
He stole it from in front of our house and drove it to Chicago.
And
My
then it
dad got
exploded.
my dad left the keys in the car, which had the keys to the barber shop
oh
on
my
them.
god.
And my dad gets a call from some cops in Chicago. And it's like, yeah, we found your car. My dad's like, do you have the keys? They're like, yeah, just mail me the keys. And they did. And it's like, fuck the car.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's a wild story.
What are you looking at, Keith?
The trivia's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a
I
movie
got
we
scared you were
watched.
bored.
I was just reading the latest Danielle Still. She's still alive.
No,
So the latest might be like 2000.
Ghostwriter.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure somebody's still writing under her name.
Okay.
Some lost manuscripts.
But
Posthumous.
I like how fast Randall answered that. Nope.
Had a feeling.
Oh
I figured
my
a lover of
God.
daytime television might know such things.
Oh, you know who got killed off? They killed off
Oh,
Kober's character on General Hospital.
Oh, damn.
come
I
on.
know.
Why?
I don't know if you've listened to the Alienation episode yet, which just came out.
I have not. That's tomorrow.
He's in.
It's my cleaning the house.
Oh, I see. Okay. Kober's in one scene
Is
in
he
that movie.
fantastic?
Not really.
Oh,
I
He
mean,
was
it's
supposed to be at
disappointing.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah. We wish. I had a dream. You please feel free to cut this from the final episode. I had a
That means
dream
it's
that
staying.
Jeff. This is so macabre and fucking weird. I had a dream that Jeff Kober kidnapped me because he wanted me to watch him kill himself.
Oh my god.
Whoa. Damn.
Fuck. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Yikes, that's bad.
Why? Why Jeff Kober? Why him? Why is that? And I was like genuinely afraid he was going to kill me too. And he's like, no, I just want you to watch me die. And I was like, I can do that.
All right.
I got no problem. It's so dark.
I don't know who Chris Titus is, but you were correct. You correctly identified him.
Yep. Christopher Titus, yep. Who I know from the show Titus.
Wait, what about
that he's
Christopher
in.
Titus?
He's in
the movie.
Killer Clowns.
Is he?
Yeah,
he's the guy in the
he's the guy with the
beginning when
glasses.
he's like got the groceries and the drinking a beer, and he's like,
That was
and I think that's supposed to be
Titus.
him whose glasses they find.
Yeah, the
in
glasses. Yeah.
was that Christopher Titus? Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Really?
You.
It's like
Also, the
Little
little
bitch.
girl,
yeah, he is.
the little
Huh.
girl that is playing peekaboo or whatever.
Peekaboo girl.
Her only role.
Ever?
I was going to say she was somebody famous, but gotcha.
I thought you were gonna say that. Yeah. That's always fascinating to me whenever someone has like a singular role or they were in like two things, and you're like, what the fucking shit? How does that
also
happen?
the final boss clown. They wanted to do that to stop motion, but ran out of money. So it's just a suit, and one of the actual brothers is in it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
knew
that's
that. But
I actually liked that. I didn't know. I read that trivia accidentally before we got to that scene, and I was like, which scene? And I'm like, I'm not there yet. Oops. But then when it comes out and it's like on the, I was like, oh,
yeah,
I
it comes
don't
down like
know.
a marionette, but then it comes off the wires, and yeah.
I don't know. I like that. I was like, okay, all right, this works.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, no,
Awesome.
I do still hope that they make a sequel because it would. There's so much fucking potential.
Absolutely.
I still love the concept. It's goofy enough, but also creepy enough, and you know, it would be cool if they did the sequel and still managed to not make it a torture porn.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I love practical effects. I mean, I love all. I mean, The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing is still one of my favorite movies. I love the Rob Bottin's work in that. And it's super gory, but I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff these days. Again, like I sound like a goddamn fuddy-duddy, but it's just.
Well, you're in the right place.
I don't, like Terrifier. Like I don't want to see somebody hacksaw from crotch to,
Yeah. I thought Terrifier was fun, mostly because of how minimal the budget was. Like it had they made that entire movie off of like $35,000, which is insane to me.
That's nothing.
Exactly. I was like, what the fuck?
$3 million is nothing for a movie now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that was so impressive to me. And so like I feel like I give leniency to Terrifier in a little bit because I'm like, they were able to do so much and be that realistic with how like nothing with nothing. They had nothing, They were just using, because I think the makers of it were like people who were doing SFX anyway. So they knew how to do this stuff, so they were able to
You're
do
saving
it,
money because you're doing it yourself. And that's,
exactly. Right.
Yeah, and if you know what you're doing, you absolutely
well, that's
do
the
that.
case with this movie, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I feel like I have more of a soft spot for movies that someone makes like because they want to make a movie. Like that's one of the things about like Saw. Like yes, Saw is another torture porn.
Sure,
but the first
one, yeah,
that shit was insane. Like I remember I'm sure I've said this before, but like the first one, I was like, I watched it in the theater and I was like, he fucking gets up at the end or whatever. And I was like, this is so dumb. I was like, that's not believable that they would have like a dude just laying there. Then I found out they did not have the budget for a dummy. So that was really fucking that actor the
Man,
whole time playing a dead body. And I was like, never mind, I believe it. This movie rocks. I was like, okay. And shit like that, I'm like, it makes me care so much more about a movie when you know that like the people involved, from like the people who write it to the people who direct it, the people who act in it, did like cared so much that they like worked on it, like when like when something has a shit ass budget, so you find out like the cast also did crew work too, like
yeah.
and
Well,
shit like
you
that.
get creative. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I
And
mean,
that it always makes me like something more. I'm like, I'm
well,
gonna like it because you
Sure.
gave enough of a shit to even if it's not the best movie in the world, it's like I don't fucking care. You cared about this enough to put it out there, and that makes it way more exciting to me
and then
than
and then and not just not speaking about Saw, but in general, then they go on to make
right.
10 sequels, and the
Mhm.
Yeah.
budgets get bigger, and then that care just goes right out the window.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
it by the
It's always
time you
sad
get
when
to,
somebody actually gets a budget and then
well, yeah,
Right.
well, once you get more
and
money involved, then you get more producers
yeah,
involved, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
you get a studio, and then they want to stick their dirty fingers in every hole, and it ruins everything.
And the movie gets a UTI
And they
and it
the
just
movie
can't
gets a
recover.
raging UTI and a really bad case of crabs. And
And
it,
then Gwyneth Paltrow's out here saying we don't need intimacy coaches.
yeah, right. And then she farts out a egg or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
A moon rock.
A yoni crystal.
Yeah,
She, I like that she has a candle scented like her vagina. And
Quote unquote.
that dumb bitch. I fucking hate her guts.
yeah. There's a
She
lot
named her
of,
shit Goop. And you're supposed to take her. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
yeah. Anyway,
I'd like to see her get killer clowned.
Whoa.
Um,
Whoa.
too far.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Okay, what I really liked. I really liked the movie. I didn't know what to expect at all because I really tried not to like. I didn't want to read about it.
no, it's
Obviously,
good.
obviously, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I knew a little bit about it just from the title.
There are
Feel
some
like that
hints.
was a little. So I knew what to expect in that regard. But I didn't. I was like, I don't want to look up anything about it. I don't want to read anything about it. I didn't even want to look at pictures. I was like, no, I will not look. So there was like nothing was. I mean, obviously I've seen like pictures from it and stuff like that throughout the years. It wasn't like it was all a surprise. Um, but I wanted to make sure that I was going in completely like unaware. And
Mhm.
it was really fun. Like it was a lot of fun. And I think that's something that, you know, it's so it's so easy for that to go wrong when you're making a horror movie. It's so easy to be disappointing when it's like you know that it's just like there's no direction, there's no this, there's no that, but that's not at all what this movie was. And so there was so much detail but also silliness
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
They're
all these
definitely
things. Yeah, like it took itself seriously but not too seriously.
right,
And
right.
so I was like yeah, I was impressed because I knew just from, the title, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I'm like, obviously this is not going to be 100% serious. Like I
Right.
didn't think. So I was like, I was worried it was gonna seem too hokey, too jokey, like not really like a horror movie at all. Um, but it really like there's a lot like there were a few like the fucking marionette scene, or the puppet scene where he's like
Mhm.
that shit. I was like, I this shit was fun. Like, and especially, I mean, I liked that character was so much fun to hate. So seeing him get his comeuppance was like
Wait,
great
which one?
because he was such an whatever Mooney or whatever that
Mhm.
asshole cop.
The
That was
ventriloquist part.
so yeah, so
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, hell yes. And they didn't do anything to imply that he survived that, so I was like,
Oh, no
yes.
way.
I was like, woo. And just like, yeah, like a lot of the fact that like it was so dark in a lot of ways, like they fucking killed the whole town basically. You're like, holy shit, did
And I
anybody
don't, I
survive?
don't, I don't know if you noticed or not, but in the cocoon room, and I think you see it both times, when Mike and Debbie are in there, and then again when Mike and Dave are in there. There's a little cocoon, which I'm assuming is the dog. There's a,
Right.
a little cocoon
I
hanging up
didn't see
in
that. Oh
this.
my
It's
God.
and it's in the same area where they because they peel
Yeah,
off. I guess that first cocoon is supposed to that they peel away and see the face is supposed to be the farmer Gene.
yeah.
But yeah, there's like a little one behind.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't even notice that. Oh my
I noticed that at the
God.
time, but I read that.
That's oh my God. But see
Pooh,
shit like that where
Pooh
you're like,
Bear.
Pooh Bear. Oh,
Pooh? Pooh Bear? Where is that dog? Pooh? Something funny's happening around here.
So I guess a lot of the character names were childhood friends of the Chudo brothers, like
oh,
oh,
really?
the Terenzi brothers and
Frenzy
Mike
Brothers?
Tobacco and Joe Lombardo.
Really?
Real people from their childhood,
Oh,
that's so
wow. Mike
cool.
Tobacco is actually somebody's real name.
apparently.
That's awesome. Well, if I guess your last name could
And
be Butts, then I guess
and
it could be
then right.
Tobacco.
And Terenzi brothers really did get an ice cream truck the real life Terenzi brothers got an ice cream truck to try to pick up girls. And Mike Tobacco was known for going to make out point with girls and having champagne and an inflatable raft.
Oh, amazing. See, now that knowing those details,
Yeah.
that makes it a little bit
That's
cooler.
amazing. That's
That's
amazing.
actually kind of cool. Uh,
That's hilarious.
but yeah, no, I
And Joe
always did
Lombardo
think
known for driving his car. No, I'm just kidding.
drag racing clowns that are
Invisible clown carts.
invisible cars with just the headlights.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, that part was so fucking funny. Like the way that looked, I was like, this is so fucking
It was awesome.
hilarious.
That would have been a great opening scene.
It would have
That would have
been.
been, yeah.
It. It's like sort of disembodied.
Yeah.
I mean, not disembodied,
Yeah.
but just
Right.
the visual is really kind of off-putting. I mean, in a good
Yeah.
way. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
but it fits the whole clown thing, and
Totally.
Yes.
I forget
Yeah,
which brother, but in the Q&A, he said, somebody asked, why clowns or whatever. He was like, well, I was just trying to think about the scariest thing. And the image that came to mind was driving on a lonely road by yourself and a car pulls up next to you and you look over and a clown is driving.
No, it's true.
So I think that's where that scene came from.
works. I mean, it. Let's think of what else.
Shot in Watsonville, California,
Okay.
and Santa Cruz is the boardwalk where you see the roller coaster and
Oh,
Wow.
okay,
where
cool.
the tent lands at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
I-
tent.
What'd I say?
It.
I thought you said tit. And I was
Circus
racking
tit.
my brain.
I don't know if this is the case or not, but it seemed to me that there weren't like the actual locations seemed like real locations. Like Debbie's apartment seemed like a
Oh, right.
real house and the police station kind of seem like at least a real office.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know that sounds stupid because they can make.
The
I just thinking a movie with that kind of budget, like,
Right.
right,
could they afford to make sets that look pretty decent?
Right.
I mean, at
Right.
least realistic. Not clown spaceship stuff,
Right.
but
how about the radio? I was blown away by the radio in the PD. That they had that whole panel.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
when he calls the marble police or whatever,
yeah, like the whole station of the
dials
radio
and knobs
station.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also watched a little bit of a video again. Got bored, but it was a tour of shooting locations. I only got as far as
wow.
the burger place, the Big Top Burger or whatever it's called. Used to be a service station, used to be a gas station, and apparently, so that's why the sign is where it is for Big Top. It's covering an old gas pump.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. All right. I can
That's
see
so
that.
fun.
Yeah. No, I like that.
That's
I like
cool.
that stuff. Mike Tobacco had a GMC Jimmy.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know what year, but I had one very similar. Mine was white, but I had one very similar to that.
Shit.
It's probably a little bit older, but it looked just like that.
I know it wasn't a Jimmy, but did you take OJ anywhere?
No. Several different series of action figures made from this movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I think the license must bounce around a lot because I know NECA did a series a while back, and I think Trick or Treat Studios has the license now. I don't know if they're
wow.
out yet, but they're putting out more. Yeah, no, people really do. There's a fan base for sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
But I know that
I guess the Trans World Entertainment, whoever originally put it out, did no marketing and
yeah, because I'm pretty sure this was in theaters. I don't know
very few
about. Yeah, not here for sure.
And in summer, instead of waiting till like Halloween time.
Oh wow.
Bad idea.
And they didn't do any like advertising, and they weren't interested in merchandising at the time.
That's just always so fascinating
I think
to
they
me.
asked the guy who did the soundtrack for the tapes back, the master tapes or whatever.
Oh,
man, if they waited till Halloween, I bet you they would have. They probably would have doubled whatever they made. Which I'm sure wasn't much, but
yeah, $2.
Yeah. Yeah.
About that theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Written before they'd seen the movie.
Yeah, they hadn't even seen the.
Which I always assume is the case because
kind of.
But also funny. Thanks to this podcast, I've learned how many soundtracks Tangerine Dream has scored, how many movies they've scored, and without, just having like a kernel of the premise of a movie.
That's wild to me.
And famously scored Legend.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott's Legend.
That's right, it's Ridley Scott. I forget that. We got to do that at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's all right. It's
Risky Business.
Really?
Tangerine Dream? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I forget that.
Sorcerer, which I watched on my own, but I think that may have started the trend.
Yeah.
Of Tangerine Dream scoring things. I remember that for Risky Business, the director just said, "Will you do Steve Reich? I want your music to sound like Steve Reich, who's a composer, a minimalist composer."
Wow. Can you imagine asking someone, can you make yourself sound like someone else? That would be amazing. I would love that. I can't get, he's too expensive. So
did they even ask him? I wonder.
They probably,
He might have done it. He's a composer, not a fucking. He's not Hans Zimmer.
Well, to you.
I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But
okay, I'm gonna ask the question.
Fuck.
Would y'all recommend this film?
Yes,
I would.
Yeah. I mean, I did.
Oh,
But no, I still would. I still
even
would.
still,
Yeah.
you don't want to go back on that? You don't want to amend that?
It yeah, I don't know where you guys watch it, but I guess I'd have to go back and look at the non 4K transfer to like see what the difference was. But
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it certainly was clean. It
Yeah.
it didn't have.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
look good. We the version I have, I think, was ripped from a Blu-ray, presumably.
Oh, well, good. That's good. But yeah, I mean, it didn't have. It wasn't dirty. It was clean. So I guess that's all you can
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
ask for. But
Yeah. I'd
Yeah.
like to see it on VHS personally. I would like to see that.
I'm
That
sure
would
you would.
be
I could put it on VHS for you, probably.
please. Thank you so much.
I'll make sure it's a used one too.
Yeah, with lots
I'll cut
of
out all any cursing and nipples also, so you feel like it's a Sunny edit.
Thank
do
you.
and do it on the long play, so it's just like the thinnest. Yeah.
Please.
There will be no tracking.
Oh God, those were the days. Those are the days you turn that little knob. Not even the buttons, like not even like up down buttons, just the knob to fuck with the tracking,
dial,
to
yeah.
get it to.
Oh man,
I'm
that
old.
shit was. Well, yeah. I mean, me too.
Oh, fuck off.
Ah,
Oh man. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was a good
Old
movie.
classic.
Yeah, it deserves. I feel like it deserves its rep. You know.
Yeah,
understand
for
it.
sure,
I
for sure.
understand it now. I think I was. I remember.
I get it.
I didn't say this in the lobby because I forgot, but I remember seeing part of it on TV, probably in high school.
Mm.
So that would have been early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it wasn't that old.
Yeah.
But, being very like, this indicative of me at the time more than, I would have been this way about anything like a horror movie of any kind, probably. But I was like, ooh, I don't know what to think about this. Clearly, they're doing something. I don't know if I.
Yeah, Keith was a kind of a
Stop.
Careful.
a baby, immature baby about horror movies until we got together. He didn't really watch them. And I
Well, I mean,
dabbled.
there are a lot of bad ones. I mean,
For sure. For sure.
I made him
You're taking
change his
responsibility
tune.
for this, huh?
Yeah, I am. I know it wasn't me, but I'm saying it was me. I gotta I gotta keep my namesake going. But yeah. So you didn't like horror movies, or you were like uncomfortable with horror movies until the last decade or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to ease in.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it about? Just because you're a baby, or just because you're immature,
Part of it's
or
because
just
I'm,
because
yes, a tiny wee pussy of a infant.
is it the violence? Are you?
No, well, yeah, a lot of it, we've talked about it a little bit on here. I don't remember when,
Yeah.
but like in the 80s, for instance, the reputation of horror movies is that they were all slashers. And then, so by the time I had started to get a political conscience of any kind, I was like, oh, violence against women. I'm not,
Yeah, and
that doesn't sound fun.
a ton
Yeah,
of that.
there's plenty of those.
And even still, there's,
yeah, for sure.
they still don't really shy away from making essay a main
Yeah.
factor
yeah.
of,
Right. Yeah.
of
They love doing that.
For sure.
they do. Yeah, not just horror. Anyway, but
Yeah.
there's a big, there's a big, that plays a big part in a lot of horror films for sure.
Yeah.
Or just nudity in general. Just, get scared and get a boner, and then
yeah. Yeah.
then get scared of your boner, and then
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah, that was that. And I, yes, I was scared that I wasn't being an anxious person. I wasn't looking for ways to have more
Yeah.
anxiety. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it took a while.
Yeah.
And then I learned there was, degrees. I also wasn't like interested in gore, which seemed to be the appeal for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I tried, I remember in high school renting a few things, nothing too shocking. Like like Shocker. I remember watching Shocker, which is
Ooh,
yeah,
Wes Craven's Shocker.
yeah, which is
I don't think
Mitch
I've seen that.
Pileggi from
Yeah,
X-Files.
from
Oh
X-Files. Yeah.
shit. I've definitely not seen it.
Oh,
Gets electrocuted and then he, electric chaired and then becomes electricity or something.
yeah,
Must be
something
a-
like that.
So shit like that, I remember, and just being like, I guess I don't get it,
Yeah.
Not
But
a
then
great,
also seeing
not a-
things like Terror Vision on TV, and I'm like, oh, this is campy as fuck.
Mhm.
It's self-aware. So but I don't know. Yeah, it took a long time before I was brave enough to really dip my toes in. The Frighteners was another one where I'm like, oh, this is spooky, like, but not.
I like the Frighteners a
Oh
lot.
no,
Yeah.
I still like it.
And it's that one has a lot of. They're definitely having fun in that movie.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's yeah. That's when Peter Jackson really like started to like. Like again, we were talking about Peter Jackson in the lobby. You from like the earlier films, you could see how he got to Frighteners from those,
Yeah.
and you can see
Yeah.
how he got to if you look back on the older stuff, okay, I see how he actually became like a decent filmmaker from doing this and this to um but yeah, and I don't think I saw the Frighteners till definitely till after I saw till the Lord of the Rings movies came out.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
probably the same. Yeah.
I had seen parts of Dead Alive on Cinemax again, like not too long, like in the early '90s or whenever it came out. But never really saw the full thing till college because once Lord of the Rings came out, then in Milwaukee there was a Halloween. It's like on Halloween there was like a showing of Bad Taste in the theater,
Oh,
and
nice.
so we went and saw that. It was like, oh my god! And then of course then everybody found out about Meet the Feebles and all the other stuff, and we're like, oh my god, it's the same guy. Anyway, but
I know I'm scared to bring up every time Peter Jackson comes up because I've gotten it wrong so many times. Every time he comes up, I conflate him with Sam Raimi for whatever reason. But he did Heavenly Creatures, right?
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
with Melanie Linsky, who's actually from New Zealand,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh, really?
No, I didn't. Because I've never actually seen Heavenly Creatures.
Oh, you should watch it.
I
That shit is
should. I know.
wild. That shit is
And
wild.
I think the first time I remember seeing her was in Castle Rock.
Oh wow.
And then it wasn't too long after that Yellow Jackets started, and she's great on that.
Yeah,
and
we haven't started that yet.
I haven't seen any of the new season yet, but then she had a guest spot on Last of Us, and
Oh right.
Have
you seen Candy?
Candy?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one with Jessica Biel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Is she in that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She's in that. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Okay.
Based on a real thing too.
Yeah, I think there were a couple different shows about that situation.
Probably.
Yes. Correct. I think Heavenly Creatures was my first that was both my first Peter Jackson and Melanie Linsky. And I saw that like way back
Yeah,
when,
it's
like
at
probably
this
late
point, it's an old
90s.
film. Yeah.
Yeah. That was like, it was definitely like one of those like early queer sort of like, ooh,
Mhm.
I used to watch it and be like, why does this make me feel funny,
Mhm.
And like it's very disturbing because it's based on true events, but it also heavily focuses on like um a fantasy world
Hmm.
that's not real. And that was like, being a kid with maladaptive daydreaming, that was,
Right.
I was like, oh, there's so much about this movie that I don't understand why it affects me the way it does. But then as an adult, but yeah, Heavenly Creatures is like wild. But I think that's the earliest thing, or that I've seen Heavenly Creatures and I saw The Frighteners. But I don't think I didn't know about his like horror, but it makes so much sense knowing like from Heavenly Creatures to Frighteners. I'm like, oh, that makes sense that he that
Yeah, yeah,
he started with horror. That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
yeah. Bad Taste is about aliens. Dead Alive or Brain Dead is about zombies.
Nice.
Right.
And
Nice.
Meet the Feebles is about
Puppets.
drug addicted, violent, scheming
I bet
Wow.
Muppets.
I bet Jim Henson loved it, if I'm honest.
I'd be. I wonder if he knew about it.
Someone must have told
And I don't even know when it was made. I don't know if it was
him.
made
Yeah,
after
that's
he
fair.
died or not.
Right. Just I know that the early Muppets stuff was like incredibly
Oh,
raunchy.
yeah, yeah, like yeah. Some of the
Oh.
original, like when he was on like the Tonight Show or
Yeah.
wherever he premiered it. Yeah, no, it was more adult themed for sure.
Okay, so Jim Henson died in 1990 and Meet the Feebles
Oh,
came out
Jesus.
in 1989.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Well,
So there might have been a
they killed him.
there was time they
They just
killed him.
killed him. God, he died in 1990?
Yeah,
That's what
That's
Google
so
says.
long ago.
yeah. No, I remember. I remember. I was in sixth grade. I remember because I remember hearing it on the
Jesus.
Wow.
news. I remember going to school and telling my friend uh,
Wow.
about it.
I thought I was a
He
full ass
died a
adult when he died.
week before my 5th birthday. I killed him.
All right.
Knew it.
Happy
Monster.
birthday.
Yeah.
Uh, Jim Henson's Storyteller. That was a show
Mm. Yeah.
which I confused with Amazing Stories.
Oh, different. Way different.
Yeah. I mean,
Was Storyteller the one with the lion? Was there like a white lion
I think it was supposed to
or
be a
something?
dog.
Yeah, there it looks like a dog.
It
Okay.
What
was
the
huge.
fuck? What the fuck? Oh,
Yeah.
John
Oh,
Hurt?
that's who it was. Yeah.
Oh my God.
All they had in
This-
common is it was stories.
Yeah.
I think I probably watched Amazing Stories more. I
I
remember
keep
there's one with
hearing a kitty cat.
Matthew Modine on. He's like on a World War II bomber,
Oh, that
He's
Oh,
sounds familiar.
that's just
cartoon
Birdie.
artist, and their landing gear won't come down, so he
Oh, he
draws the
draws
landing. Yeah,
because they've got the sort of spire, like the almost candy cane. Is that like the struts for the wheels? Are they most like striped?
maybe.
Was like a
Maybe.
barber
I
pole
remember
or a candy cane?
in my mind that wheels are like bright orange, but I don't remember
Could be. But no, I vaguely remember that.
That's the one I
Was
remember the
amazing
most.
was Amazing Stories the one that had like the one with the well in it? There was like somebody they there was I can't remember, like they're communicating with something that's in the well, like they're like
Oh,
notes,
okay,
and like I think it's like a farmer, like and his daughter or something,
okay.
and like the I don't know if it's the main guy, like he goes down in the well like in a I don't know if it's like a diving suit, but like when they pull him back up, like the suit's full of like gold or jewels or something, and the note says something about like thank you for like the he was delicious or something like that.
Ah.
Like he ate the farmer. I don't quite I don't obviously don't quite remember the whole thing, but
Yeah.
I just remember being freaked out. Like, oh my god, he ate that dude.
Well, but fair trade, you know,
Yeah.
paid for it handsomely. It sounds like. It was. I feel like there was a lot of that was a very late '80s kind of thing, or maybe mid, but like Freddy's Nightmares and shit, and like
Mhm.
there was another one that was like, is there one where like it started in a diner that's like outside of time, and then
Ooh.
and then they tell you some spooky story.
Yeah. Was that not? Oh, yeah.
And that might have been Freddy's Nightmares.
I feel like that might have been
Because I think there
Freddy's
was one that
Nightmares.
Robert Englund hosted,
Oh, maybe
but he
that
wasn't
was
Freddy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was yeah.
It's all very kind of
Yeah.
Twilight Zone esque,
Yeah.
which
Because
Outer
I've
Limits,
seen that.
which
I've
both
seen
also
that.
got rebooted in the '80s.
and the 2020s
Oh, that's right.
briefly.
Yeah.
I never
Jordan
did
Peele
see
was
that.
involved in Twilight
Yeah,
Zone, presumably.
yeah. He was the Rod Serling stand-in.
Did you watch any of it?
Nope.
We tried watching. Was it called Electric Dreams?
Nightmare Cafe was
Nightmare
the Robert
Cafe,
Englund.
yes.
That
Thank
sounds
you.
Yeah.
familiar.
Because I've seen some of that. Yeah.
You said Electric Dreams, or
Yeah, that's based on Philip K. Dick stories.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, we watched I think maybe like 2 episodes,
Yeah,
and we're like,
same.
nah.
Same.
Yeah, rough.
It was so bad.
So
Well,
sad.
because like we watched. Was there one with Janelle Monáe?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
disappointing.
Oof.
And then there was another one with, was it Anna Paquin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we watched those
yeah.
two, and we're
Yes.
just like, I don't
Yes.
know if I want to keep
Same.
watching
Literally,
this.
literally,
Exact
that's
same, exact
exactly what the only thing
This is what
there
you
was
opened
one
with?
there was
Yeah.
one with Martin Donovan in it, and I did watch
Oh.
Of
that.
course. Of course.
And it good? No. But Martin Donovan was in it, so I'd watch it again.
Oh, is the Paquin
Watch
one
it.
where they're like living through other people, or like
It's like the one where
something-
she's gay and she is feels guilty about
Right.
surviving
but they're
something.
like cops or something
Yeah. So she like
yeah.
through time.
no, it's not through time. Well, sort I don't know. It's
But
like
she's like in somebody else's
the real-
body, right?
Yeah.
well,
that's-
it's like a virtual reality thing
Yeah,
where
okay.
she's like
Okay.
experiencing life, and they're like,
Mhm.
but it's one of those where like the painful like her reality not sucking like made her feel guilty or something because she survived, so she like like believed this virtual reality where like everything fucking sucked was the real reality, and so she like stayed in a coma and like
So the
wouldn't come out.
Matrix.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe one was like,
Good
the
God, I just
fuck?
remember being that was so
we were like,
disappointing.
he was like, this is not good. I was like, do you want to keep watching it? He's like, no. I'm like, oh my, thank God.
Oh, I think we may be done talking about Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
We might be.
Do you think it's over?
Yeah, sure.